All right, this is another mini course in our huge series about tax lien certificate investing. In this mini course, we're going to focus specifically on retirement, right? Because when you do any sort of investing, including tax lien certificate investing, it's not just about the money, right? It's money's no good unless you do something with it. So, really, why are you doing this? Well, for a lot of people, it's about retirement. We've seen that Social Security isn't something that we can necessarily count on in the future. Even if, it's still there, it's probably not going to be enough to live off of. And the majority of jobs that used to pay pensions, they're just not around anymore. There's just not that sort of loyalty that is that's encouraged on the part of companies. So we know that if we want to have any sort of a retirement, if we want to be comfortable and not worrying about money, well, we have to take matters into our own hands. So that's what this is going to be all about. We're going to talk about retiring, from planning it to getting some of the groundwork in place so that you can use tax lien investing to fund your retirement and the different phases, from preparing for it to while you're actually retired. My name is Michael Decker. I'm a contributor to myopenpath.com. Likely you've heard my voice on, well, every one of these courses about tax liens and probably a few others. I hope that you've been enjoying them. And let's have a look at what we're going to be talking about specifically in this course. In the first module, we're going to talk about where to start. When it comes to setting financial goals for retirement and trying to put out some sort of a plan, it can be very, very overwhelming. So, we're going to walk you through at least some of the basics of how to work backwards. We're going to start by setting a goal and then working backwards, and then seeing how everything you've learned in these courses about tax lien certificate investing can help you to reach those goals. Then we're going to talk about something called the wealth wheel. This was developed by a friend of mine named Jack Bosch. He teaches real estate, he teaches financial education, things like that. And he came up with this idea called the wealth wheel, where you can kind of just build up momentums, one investment after another. And so I want to go into how you can use that method with tax lien certificates and investing. Then, because a lot of people want to retire outside the United States, for some years I lived in the Caribbean, in the Dominican Republic, and we saw all sorts of retirees from all sorts of all parts of the world. There were communities of Russians, there were people from Italy, people from Spain, people from England, obviously the United States, that they would go to live in the Dominican Republic or any other place around there because they love the culture, they love the low prices, they like living on the beach, something they couldn't necessarily do back home. So, we're going to talk a little bit about retiring outside the United States. Specifically, if you choose to retire outside the United States, why should tax lien certificate investing be of special interest to you? Um, is it difficult to buy tax lien certificates from outside the United States? Is a question worth answering. And finally, how can you do your due diligence and how can you get paid even though you're living outside of the United States? These are all excellent questions. Now, generally, we're going to approach this from the perspective of you're a United States citizen that has chosen to move outside. Now, if you are from a different country, that's okay. There's still definitely ways to do this. Just do your best to take the principles that I'm going to be talking about and apply them to your specific situation. So this is going to be an awesome course. This is where you, you know you can really get excited and keep yourself motivated, because if you know what you're working towards, well, you're going to be more likely, instead of going home and crashing and watching TV after work, you're going to go home and do some research on tax liens because you know what you're working towards. So stay with us. You're going to love this course. If you would like to watch the entire course on tax lien certificate investing, go ahead, click on the link below, right here in the description, and go to myopenpath.com. Once there, you can either set up an account to be able to watch the entire tax lien investing course, or you can set up a free demo account to kind of test drive this site and at least watch the next module in this course. Myopenpath.com is the world's largest training library.
We talk about real estate investing, online business building, and financial education. We have over 1,000 hours of content teaching you how to build income streams from home. So come on over to myopenpath.com and click on the link. It's right there. Go ahead, just click on it.